Where'd you move here from? Dumbsville?
Yo, I hit the jeweler, got some goals. I sold a little weed, but I could never sell my soul. And when I'm in LA, you find me out in Lil Toe. Come a vocal with my ramen, I'ma need another bowl. Let's go.
Hello, what's happening, boys? Welcome to yet another episode of I Don't Have Content Ready. So I milk the Alpha and Omega / hate comment train so I can gain more money and, of course, have more time to make actually good videos. Now, first of all, I know this happened a while ago, but the Alpha and Omega video has officially hit over 1 million views. Holy shit. That's actually extremely crazy. And I really can't thank you guys enough. It sounds really weird to say, but that video kind of changed my life. It was a video where, during a time where I was transitioning through a lot, it kind of gave me some new direction, you know? I was in the middle of changing my content and myself as a person, and that video kind of laid the first groundwork for it. That video means a lot to me personally, and the fact that it is so successful has made me extremely happy. It's no secret that I hate my old content and who I was back then, and it gets really annoying when people either judge me based on shit I don't stand by anymore, or when people just ask me to go back to that old content, which I don't want to do. And it gets even more annoying because it's been happening for about a year at this point. But the fact that you guys are supporting me currently means a lot. So I just wanted to say, thanks, you know? Anyways, enough flattery. You know what you're here for. Alpha and Omega fans are still whack jobs. Now, obviously, if you like Alpha and Omega, I obviously don't care. And by all means, don't let me ruin the experience for you. I'm just giving my opinions on the internet. And if I say anything to the contrary, I'm probably joking. But you know how it is on the internet. If you think the wrong thing about a fake movie, then you've committed the equivalent of manslaughter. A mindset that really only applies to Ellis Mark's video, Disaster Movie is a Disaster. How could you, Mark? How could you? Disaster Movie is one of the greatest films of all time! All jokes aside, though, here are some Alpha and Omega comments from people that can't handle me hating on a fake kids movie. A fake kids movie that, by the way, had someone who worked on it tell me that it was basically dog shit. Yikes. Kinda crazy how that happened. But, you know, I wish him the best and everything. And I hope he's working on way better creative projects. So, let's begin. Our first comment reads, "This movie is not cringe. Stop to all haters out there. Alpha and Omega is not bad." God damn it. First sentence and he's using the word cringe unironically. This reminds me of like an argument you would have in like middle school, where you haven't learned like proper debate skills or anything, but you still want to prove them wrong, so you go, no, it's not cringe. I'm right, you're wrong, get owned, liberal. The difference is in middle school, you kinda at least marginally try to elaborate, but this kid barely even elaborates at all. You also gotta love the pseudo movement he tries to make here. Stop to all Alpha and Omega haters, or else what? You in what army, bro? And once again, why isn't it bad? What points invalidate my own points? I don't know, maybe my IQ isn't high enough to like Alpha and Omega. Anyways, next comment. This movie is meant for kids, not adults. Where did you miss that? It's obviously going to be cringe. I feel like I've seen this argument before multiple times, and I've probably even argued against it multiple times. So let me say it again. Dog shit made for kids is still dog shit. Kids deserve better than laziness. And when you grow older, don't you want to look back at your childhood films fondly? When you grow older, wouldn't it be great to watch your old childhood films and they're just as amazing as you remember them? Furthermore, there are children's films that exist that are just as engaging, sometimes even more engaging, than most Hollywood blockbusters released today. Fantastic Mr. Fox, Spider-Verse, the Lego Movie, basically any Pixar movie pre-Cars 2, all of those movies are highly regarded films. And if I'm gonna be honest, pretty fucking fantastic. So really, kids do deserve better than Alpha and fucking Omega. Being made for kids doesn't excuse laziness. Our next comment reads, "Alright, shut." And that's it. You wanna finish that comment, buddy? Our next comment reads, "Shut up, I fucking loved it as a kid." You know, I could sit here and just say not everything you enjoy as a kid is good now. But you know what, and forgive me if I've repeated this in a separate video, but I saw Alpha and Omega as a kid, and I didn't like it then. In fact, it's probably the first film I've ever hated. So that argument doesn't even work because you assume that all kids are the same. Which, judging how both you and I watched these films as kids and had two different reactions citations to it literally proves otherwise. Is this the state of film criticism now? If it is, then I'm gonna be honest, we're kind of fucked. Our next comment reads, I would like to see you make a movie 3D, sir. Why don't you make us one and post it? We will see how good you are. Well, first of all, that doesn't invalidate anything I've said in my video. Gotta love how none of my points were refuted at all. But secondly, let's say I made a 3D movie and it quote-unquote sucked fucking goat nuts. How does that make Alpha and Omega a better movie on its own? And how does that once again invalidate my own criticisms towards it? And thirdly, funny you mentioned this, fellow disaster movie hater LS Mark made a really good video on internet criticism and the hoopla surrounding it. Now, I'm a good friend of Mark's, I fuck with him heavy, and the video he made on internet criticism is, in my opinion, fantastic, and he spits straight facts in it. And in one part, he talks about exactly this, about how criticizing something and making something require two different skill sets. And what he says is really good. So to quote my Irish cross-arms boy himself,
creating something and critiquing something require two completely different skill sets. Which means that just because someone is capable of doing one, doesn't automatically mean they're capable of doing the other. It's an entirely new skill set that they gotta build up, through simply trying it and gaining the experience. But that's okay, because not only will I have gotten the experience necessary to try and make the next thing better, but it's also pretty easy to distinguish what's genuine criticism from someone who wants to help me improve, and what's just someone getting mad about the fact that I said Hilda was boring.
And this I absolutely agree with. Creating something and criticizing something are two different skill sets. But in my opinion, we need both. Not only so we can create new things, but create better things. And even if a critic sucks at creating something of their own, why does it matter? Now they have experience in creating something, and they can use that knowledge to either be a better critic or create better material in the future. And by the way, yes, I am creating something of my own. It's not a 3D movie per se, but it is a story I'm working on. I don't know when it'll come out or if it'll ever come out, but I am working on it and hopefully it's good. So I don't know, you be the judge when it does eventually come out. If it comes out, that is. Our next comment reads, wow, you got to be rude. You know what? I'm gonna put a thumbs down on your video. How dare you? Oh no, I'm so scared. Not the thumbs down. I need my validity from likes. Oh no. Yeah, how dare I give my opinion on a fake fictional kids movie? Arrest me now, officer. I've committed a heinous crime. And there's actually more to this comment. So this guy Connor replied by saying, yeah, it's called an opinion. And the original commenter in all his maturity replied, it's called an opinion. Yeah, whatever, Connor. Wow, such amazing maturity. Only from the Alpha and Omega fan base. Do these people just not have an actual argument, period? This is like some of the most embarrassing things you could ever post. And look, man, we've all posted embarrassing shit. We got bad days. But I mean, like, how, dude? How? Anyways, next comment. What do you mean? Alpha and Omegas is the greatest movie series ever. Well, first of all, right off the bat, this dude wrote an entire paragraph. Kind of pathetic, not gonna lie. But in all fairness, this is the closest to an actual argument I've actually gotten in these videos. It's not a good one, but at least I got it. Beggars can't be choosers, I guess. It may not be a cinematic masterpiece, but its characters are all very close to heart and make funny jokes. I love how this person says that it's the greatest movie series ever, and then immediately afterwards goes on to say that it isn't a cinematic masterpiece. Oh, well, which one is it, bro? Which one is it? They each had their own unique personalities and dynamics with one another, and that is something special and hard to find. I could name you at least 15 movies with better character dynamics, dude. And that's for just movies alone. It's really not that hard to find movies with characters that have dynamic personalities. And if it isn't, then that's probably just because there's so much dog shit out there. But either way, don't even pretend that Alpha and Omega is even remotely good at this. Even on its own, Alpha and Omega is just a generic kids movie with generic kids movie characters. Tell me, what dynamics are there? The concept is also special and quite heartwarming. No, it's not. The concept of two people from separate paths in life falling in love dates back to at least Romeo and Juliet, a play from 1597. Except even then, Romeo and Juliet is a tragedy where the characters die at the end anyways. Even Shakespeare knew how to be subversive. It's crazy how 300 years later, subversion and nuance are still handled like dog shit today. And technically, it dates back even further. The Book of Ruth from the Bible includes a somewhat similar story, and that was written in like the 6th to 4th century BC. The concept is so old, it's existed way before Anno Domini. We weren't even counting the years then. Wow, what a unique concept. We've been using it since Rome was still around. Stinky, Claudette, and Runt symbolize the wonderful sibling relationship relationship. Yeah, symbolize. They are siblings. They don't symbolize anything. Do you not know what symbolism is? It's like I'm teaching a middle school English class. Humphrey and Kate are the star-crossed old married couple who are perfect fits. Garth and Lily are the free-spirited romantic couple that prove that love can come in the most unexpected places. And the newer couple, Claudette and Fleet, represent young love and the innocence of the childhood crush. Some of the sweetest and best examples of relationships. This all just sounds like shit I can find anywhere else. Oh wow, young love. I've never seen that in a movie before. Except for, you know, all the movies I've reviewed that include young love in them. Also, Junior Bear and Agnes are wonderful additions to the movie. Nope, wrong. Objectively false. They're only there to make jokes. They're the comedic relief. They don't grow or anything either, so they're not even good comedic relief. They don't add anything to the plot whatsoever. They just make fart jokes the whole time. And the setting is beautiful to me, even if it doesn't change much. Half the time, it looks like the textures didn't even load in. Cyberpunk on a base PS4 looks better than half the shit in Alpha and Omega, bro. Actually, if you add Bloom to an Alpha and Omega sequel, you might get Sonic Colors Ultimate levels of quality. Scenes and designs get reused all the time, especially in things like anime, but no one talks about that. Except most of the time, when things are reused, it's way more subtle. And when things are poorly reused, people usually do actually complain about it. Now, when it comes to anime, I'm not too well versed on that side. I'll admit, I don't usually watch too much anime, and when I do, it's like Evangelion. But I do know that, at least when it comes to video games, when shit gets blatantly reused, yeah, people shit on it. Like Call of Duty Vanguard, for example. That game is literally a Modern Warfare 2019 reskin. And guess what? People aren't excited for it. And the only reason why people aren't talking about it is because nobody cares about it. You're just a hater. I bet you secretly like this series. Oh no, you got me this time. Wow, you really, yeah, that's why I made at least 8 videos hating on the series. Because I secretly liked it the whole time.
It was all part of my massive conspiracy theory, and I liked the series the whole time. I run the Illuminati too.
Ever wonder why big car companies pay 2% tax while the guys on the assembly line pay 40%?
Man, nothing says you have no actual argument like pulling out the straw man fallacy. So, in response to this entire comment, ratio. Anyways, thank you all for watching. This was a rushed video, I know, but I am working on much better content, which, by the way, you can watch previews of on my Patreon. But either way, thank you all for watching this video, and to all the people who made comments in this video, I'm right, you're wrong. Get owned, liberal.
Let's say you've been a bad girl. Let's say, hypothetically, you've been a naughty girl even.
Fuck you in the lanes you came with. Me and you ain't on the same shit. You ain't in my lane, bitch, nah. Throw that shit in fifth, rollie on my wrist. Ay, baby, you a star, I'm my only wish. I'm counting blue honeys, I'm too money. Ay, and my little bitch, she too lovely. Yeah, hanging up and calling me right back. Ay, baby, why you calling me like that? Yeah, getting high with the seat laid back. Baby, gon' relax, yeah. Ay, they don't know the half, yeah. No matter what happened, I got your back. Baby, that's the facts, yeah. That's the facts, yeah.
Rick and Morty, Rick and Morty, Rick and Morty, Rick and Morty, Rick, 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 Rick and Morty, Rick.